Welcome back to Odom's Homestead down here in the Growing Zone 7B, Tennessee. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm just out here. This video gonna be about this time of the year before everything starts. When you see the buds start swelling, check your plants, especially your blueberry plants. Look for any dieback. See that right there? I'm gonna go ahead and get that off. That's what I'm out here doing. Looking for anything dead on these blueberries. I'm gonna go ahead and taking that off. Try to get them off to a good start. I ain't gotta worry about all this dead stuff. Trying to get that to do something, because it's not. So yeah, just go ahead and check your blueberries. Any weak growth growing from the bottom, anything dead like that. See how it looks shriveled up? Like it don't have much life in it. I'll take that off. Not all my blueberries, I'm checking everything. I done did most of these blueberries. You see how the buds are starting to pop on those? Let me get in the camera. You see some, the buds is already starting to pop. See some, they swelling pretty good. These are really swelling. Let's tag on this one. So I can remember which one it was. That's a Emberlin. It's swelling pretty good. It usually produces pretty good for me. Yeah, and I'm also out here. All these blueberries in front of my grapevines. I moved this one. This was at Niagara grape cutting. I moved it down here. This is the grape. Niagara grape. I'm leaving a little bit too much on these. You really only want to leave, because you know your grapes form on your new growth. See, that's a bud there. There's a bud there. There's a bud there and a bud there. And then if each one of those pop out and leave a cluster, that's going to overweigh the line. Yeah, you really only want to leave 2 notches on each one. Like when I cut these back, 2 buds, 1 notches. This one, there's 2. I actually left 3 on this one. I really need to go ahead and take that. No, I forgot what. I cut the tip off of this off, so I'm going to let that one become the dominant. I remember why I did it now. This one's got 1, 2, 3. Kind of a little bit gritty in the fall. Didn't cut off as much as I needed to, so I'm going to get it now. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Here's my Nat King cherries here. Doing the same thing. Need my pathway right here, so I cut it back pretty heavy. Yeah. Can't be scared to cut your prune your stuff. Because, you know, like I always say, pruning is a stimulator. It's gonna stimulate the growth. So yeah. Never be afraid to prune your stuff. Get that vine out the way. I'm about to kick it out the ground. These strawberries, whoppers. I need to get over and get some more wood chips and compost put down on here before they start growing. Yeah. It's the blue Concord grape that I purchased this year. Last year. Look at my bananas, y'all. They on the ground. On the ground. Even my pineapple guavas took some damage. It's still alive, but the leaves got burnt. Leaves is burnt. That yellow guava right here, it still feels 30, so I think it's gonna make it. Down towards the bottom, you can see some green still left on those pineapple guavas. But towards the top, nothing. Just got out here and prune my peach trees too. I pruned them to the open center. So I had to take a lot off of them. A lot. Cut it back down about 7.5 foot. It was like 10.5, 12. But yeah. And look, they already swelling. Look at that. That's not a good sign. So we got a long way. Last year, the year before, I didn't get any peaches because I lost them all because of them last frost. It looked like this year might be the same thing happening if we get any more late frost. And it does me no good to cover them. I cover them and it still kills the bloom. So, hey, what can you do? They don't produce, maybe the figs will. Figs don't produce, maybe the blackberries will. Blackberries don't, maybe the peaches and the pears. That's why you grow different varieties of different things. My little hoop house I put up right here. I'm hoping the idea of this is to keep maybe heat that ground up a little bit more. I planted some carrots in here and a few more cabbages. Maybe that'll heat that ground up a little bit enough that that'll get them to germinate pretty good. That's my thinking. See my dogs, they running crazy like always. Like always. Got greens, onions, greens as far as turnip greens, garlic. That's about all what's going on in that bed. Needs to be cleaned out. Strawberry bed, disarray. But yeah, that's all I was coming to you for. Just let you know it's time of the year. Start checking your tree. Look for any dieback, anything growing inside your tree. Start checking your blueberry bushes, any dieback, any weak branches. Go ahead and get that off. That's just what I do. I'm not a professional. I just been doing this here in my zone for this long. So I just share what I do. Well, thank y'all for tuning in once again. It's Odom Homestead down here in Growing Zone 7B, Tennessee. Y'all stay blessed. Growing's my passion.